poppin' till they hate you. Part 2, baby, I just had a breakthrough.
What's going on, people? Back for another episode. We're going to talk about a few things today. Oh, what's going on? Shout out to my man Tice. All right, just got your message. Hold on. All right. What's going on, people? Back for another one. So, a lot done happened in the past couple of days. I'm going to try to catch up with everything. So, let's start off where we left off. Last time I was here, we were talking about Jay-Z's performance at the Roots Festival, right? Now, whether you like his rhymes or not, what my man did is he showed up with an afro. And, you know, for everybody who's been paying attention for, you know, the past few years, Jay-Z had dreadlocks. So for everybody that's wondering, how the hell did you get an afro from dreadlocks? Number one, it's totally possible to do, right? It's very difficult, right? But I come to find out that Beyonce has a product or has hair products, right? So Beyonce has a brand called, I think it's, let me see. Let me go back. Okay, Sacred. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's spelled C-E-C-R-E-D. And I think it's pronounced Sacred. I'm just guessing, right? You know, black people like to be different and shit. So I think it's called Sacred. So what apparently he used is Sacred Detangling Spray. Sacred Detangling Spray. It took him 4 days to take out his dreads. Okay? And I'm trying to remember the name. They called them a loctician, right? Loctician. So let's see. Jay-Z removes dreads, right? Hold on. Let me pull it up. So Jay-Z removes dreads, and the hairstylist confirms. Oh, this is I don't want to see that. The hairstylist confirms. So I'm trying to get I just want to shout out the name of the, okay, Jay-Z's locks reportedly took 4 days and 4 bottles of Sacred to comb out. Okay, this is on Complex. I'll put it up. So I'm trying to get the name of the person because I had it. Okay, Houston Locks. Okay, so the person is called Houston Locks. Houston Locks said it took 4 days and 4 bottles of Sacred, referring to Beyonce's hairline. Now that I know this, right? What kind of promotion is that? That's a hell of a commercial to have your husband come out, dreads removed into an afro, done with your product. That's some slick shit. Yo, gotta pay attention. It be levels deep. It be levels deep, yo, with this shit, man. This is a commercial. I'm hearing that the bottles is moving crazy behind this. So it took him 4 days to get the dreads out with Sacred Detangling Spray. Now, I ain't getting paid to say it, but I'm telling you. So if you got dreads and you want to get rid of them shits, or your hair is just nappy, go get some Sacred Detangling Spray. I'm sure it ain't cheap, but it works. It works. Your hair, 9 times out of 10, ain't nappier than dreads. So go get you some Sacred, put it in your hair. That shit better than Shea Moisture. I ain't have to say that, but I figured I would. So, yeah, figured I'd throw that in there. Right? I'll save my commentary. I got more to say on Jay-Z's actual performance. I mean, there have been a lot of people responding to Jay-Z since he did this freestyle, including Dame Dash. I'll save that for another time. I got other things to bring up, okay? A lot of stuff happening, man. A lot of stuff. I was looking for shit to speak on, okay? Now, apparently the Diddy tape is out. The Diddy tape is out. Budden and them talking about it. I have not seen this tape yet. I wanted to look at it before I did this video, but I have not seen this tape yet. I asked my peoples for the link. You know what I'm saying? Peoples, you fired. You ain't give me my link. But from what I understand, Daphne Joy is looking very, very good. And Diddy Smalls is the illest. I'm not going into it any deeper than that. Apparently, everybody's talking about Diddy's meat size. Pause. Okay? I'm just going to say Diddy Smalls is the illest. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? You can't be recording yourself if you know what I mean? If you ain't holding. Like, from what I understand, my man walked by, baby oil down, like, yeah, oil at. Yeah, take that. Oil at. That's what I'm hearing. I didn't make this up. This is what I read. Somebody said oil at. He said oil at. Yeah, oil at. I need to see this tape. When I see the tape, I'll be back right here, and we're going to discuss this tape. Okay? Now, check this out. So, Lena the Plug files for divorce from Adam 22. Lena the Plug files for divorce from Adam 22. We ain't see this coming. You can't let no big, cock diesel black man pipe your woman down and think you're going to keep her. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Once she got the example of how things could be, oh, that shit was over. That marriage was over. You let this big mandingo dude pipe your woman down, and we all saw it. And you taped it. You put the tape out. We have an understanding. We understand each other. Okay? Look. I don't have a square background. I'm just saying, if you want to fuck around in the swing space, your shit got to be correct, man. Your shit got to be correct. You gonna let this man pipe your woman down for the world of shit? Pipe your woman down. Yo, he piping her down, bro. Pipe your woman down. Now she gone, man. She gone. She like, look, check it out. There's other dick out there, and I think I deserve to have it. There's other dick. Know what I'm saying? Now you a good cameraman. I might need your services behind the camera. But there's other dick out there. There's better dick. And, self-love, self-care. I think I need some of that other dick. That's what, apparently Lena's telling Adam 22. Nigga, kill yourself. Like, at this point, man, you might as well just hop off something, bro. Hop off something, man. That shit crazy. Now, this is a case that what I'm about to talk about now. This is a case, and we about to switch energy. This is a case that I found out about late. Okay. So this is about the Rick Chow situation. Rick Chow. Let's see. Let's bring him up. Rick Chow is an Asian store owner. Okay. Asian store owner who shot Cyrus Carmack Belton. Okay. So apparently, I don't know how many of you been keeping up with this. The kid walks in the store. They tell him to leave his bag at the front. Right? Now I'm out in Vegas. people tell me leave my bag up front, I immediately leave. Fuck you. I'm not leaving my bag at the front. Who's watching my bag? You know, your stuff is safe, but who's watching my bag? Especially, I be having valuable stuff in my bag. I'm not, if you know, that's if I walk in with a bag. I leave a bag in the car. But I'm just saying, I walk in with a bag. You want me to leave my bag on some random whatever? And this is what they do to younger kids, right? Leave your bag up front. Yeah, okay, whatever. But he ain't got nowhere to leave the bag. He needs to get drinks or whatever the case may be. Whatever his plan was, he left the bag up front. He goes to the freezer or the fridge, gets some waters. I think it was 3 or 4 waters. And while he's getting these 3 or 4 waters, one of the people that worked in the store, I think it was a woman at first, walks up to him, and says something to him like, I think you put water in your pocket or something like that. You hide in one of the waters. So he says to her, I don't have waters. Now, mind you, this interaction was caught by, they got so many cameras in this place, it's ridiculous. I watched all the video. They showed this situation from every angle of the store. It's not hard to find on the internet. You can check this out. They showed this interaction from every angle. Okay? He put all the water back. All the water back. He put all the waters back. Again, multiple cameras. He put the waters back. He put the waters back and decided, I'm out of here. He leaves. He gets his bag, which has been in the front the whole time. He's never walking through the store with his bag. So ain't nothing in his bag. So he leaves. He's walking out of the store, and that's when the Chow family decide, let's get him. And they chase him, for a long time. And from what story tells it, he pulls a gun out and points it at the son, because the son and the father is chasing him. He points it at the son, and somehow this kid ends up getting shot in the back. Now, if I'm aiming a gun at you, how do I get hit in the back, right? How? How does that happen? Forensics says that he got shot in the back. Okay. So, despite all this, we know he didn't steal water, even though it's not a death sentence to steal water. It's not. Nobody should die for water because they stole water. I don't care if he stole the water. You don't shoot him. They're saying, well, it's self-defense. Well, you chased him. Right? This isn't stand your ground where the threat is coming to you. You chased the guy. Right? This reeks of Trayvon Martin. This also reeks of the young woman, and I forget her name, who was shot in California and LA by a Asian store clerk back in the day. I'll put a picture right here. Right? This is what this feels like to me. Okay? It also feels like the situation that happened in Florida where the kid was running. So here's a kid, unlike Trayvon Martin, this kid ran away. He ran away. He's retreating. I'm retreating. These guys are chasing me. Maybe I point my gun at somebody because they're chasing me. Maybe they seek to do me harm. Right? They kill a kid, shoot him in the back, he dies, goes on trial, gets off, acquitted. Okay. All right. So now here comes the commentary. Now, of course, people are upset about this. Another case that I want to compare this to is the case of Carmelo Anthony, who apparently was being bullied. So now one day he comes to a track, he's going to run or whatever. And he has the knife, on him. The knife is, on his person, wasn't pulled out or whatever. So, he's getting harassed or jumped by these 2 kids. So they jump him. Matter of fact, he warns them. He said, hey, man, Leave me alone or you'll see what happens. And they didn't leave him alone. So he made good on his promise. And in this case, he stood his ground. Now, to everybody saying, well, what was he doing with a knife on him? I don't care that he had a knife on him. We let maniacs walk through Walmarts with AR-15s. And they get to say Second Amendment rights. But Marcus, it was school ground. How about this? Don't start none, won't be none. If these kids don't attack this kid, knife never comes out. He could have had a knife on him every other day that he was at school. And it never had to come out until he got attacked. I thought we live in a place where it was cool to defend yourself. Right? The question I ask is, how do y'all want this? On one end, you got a kid running away. He gets chased down. And in the last bit attempt to defend himself, he pulls out a gun. And they shoot him in the back. Apparently, when he got shot, he was trying to get away from him. He got shot. His killers get off. You got Carmelo Anthony, or better yet, let's go to Trayvon Martin. Minding his business, gets approached by some random weirdo. He attempts to defend himself from said weirdo. Gets killed in the scuffle. Weirdo gets off. So then you get Carmelo Anthony, which one of these kids is doing his own thing? Carmelo Anthony said, F that. It's going down. I'm warning you, don't lay a hand on me. They proceed to ignore it, and we see what happens. What I want to know is this. I hear people say, stop being a victim, right? Which in the Carmelo case, he decided that day he wasn't a victim. But what do you want stop being a victim to look like? What does it look like to you? Because if he doesn't bring the knife, he's not carrying something to defend himself against two attackers, then he's a victim crying on the news about how something happened to him. He's saying with Benjamin Crump or somebody like that. Say, I was attacked, racial profiling, it was racial. Right? Shout out to Adrian Hicks. It's like, Bontham John sitting in his crib eating ice cream, get killed. And then his killer gets off. Right? What does not being a victim look like? Please explain it to me, because if you decide not to be a victim, then you're a thug all over again. So you're either a victim or a thug. Never are you a citizen practicing his Second Amendment right. Or never are you standing your ground. When does it apply? And this goes for any American of all races that question this. Because this is not just, a white thing. This is black people, black guys. I've had this conversation with black guys too. Like, oh my God, Carmelo Anthony is guilty. Well, what does stand your ground and not being a victim look like for black men? You got the case of Chow the Builder, a guy running around calling black men the N-word. And you had content creators on YouTube criticizing black men for allowing this to happen. I'm not going to say no names. So one guy decided, nah, F that. Fought Chow the Builder, got shot, fighting for his life. And the same content creators, or content creator, decided, oh, nah, he wasn't supposed to do that. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. What does not being a victim look like? When do we become citizens defending our pursuit of happiness? Right? Y'all gotta make up your mind, man. So the kid who didn't steal water, running from some Asian, store owners, he's a thug because he got a picture, pointing his gun at the camera. Then you got Trayvon Martin, he's a thug because he was smoking weed, which is now semi-nationally, somewhat legal now to smoke weed. When you're not a black man smoking weed, you're a hippie. And you love peace and you're a flower child and all this other stuff. But when you're a black man smoking, you're a thug, right? I'm so confused. Right? Now, Carmelo Anthony, I ain't having it today. He's not a victim crying on the news, seeking millions or any of this. He becomes a thug. This kid has no record to speak of. You can't find pictures of him smoking or pointing guns at cameras with laser beams, right? But you immediately assign him guilty and you immediately sign him with the thug label. In 2026. So there are no scenarios where black men or even young black men are the victims where they can defend themselves and come out the victor in the actual situation. The only time we are victims is if we die from the attack, right? Or get severely injured and we cry on the news and we sue for millions. And then it's like, look at that guy, he's a victim. He's crying about racism. He's crying. Black men are the number one hate crimes victim in America. Look it up. Number one. Not the Decepticons. Okay? Not the small hats, but black men. Number one. We got the number one spot. I'm not bragging. We don't want to be victims, but it's what it is. We got the number one spot. And still in 2026, there's no hate crimes bill for black men. The Asians got one. The Asians got a hate crime bill. They're not number one hate crime victim. They're not even number two. But the number one hate crime bill, the number one hate crime victim in America is black men. And you can't blame it on Trump because we just came out of a Democratic presidency where the Asian hate crime bill was introduced. And that administration did not give you a hate crime bill for black men. They didn't do it then. Don't be mad at Trump because he ain't doing it. Of course he's not going to do it. We know who the Republicans are. But the party that promises you these things and says they're your friend didn't give it to you. They didn't even protect your right to vote or anything like that when they had the chance. That's a topic for another video. But I want people to tell me in the comments, what does not being a victim look like for black men? If we can't shoot back, defend ourselves, and we can't get on the news and cry because we didn't do any of these things, we just let ourselves get attacked, let ourselves get shot, stabbed, beat up, oh, you're a victim. Look at you, you're a victim. What does not being a victim look like? What would you like us to do to not be a victim? Because not being a victim is what Carmelo did. That's what he decided to do. Right? So, like, share, subscribe, all that type of shit right there. That's it. I'm done for the day. Diddy Smalls is the illest. This was Eloquently Petty. Holla back. Peace.
You ain't poppin' till they hate you. Part two, baby, I just had a breakthrough.